Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel. Today is a what sold video for the week of November 9th through November 15th. I had 21 sales, which I think is becoming my new average. My gross was $822. Net was $474. My average sale price was $39, and average time to sell was 1 month. If you are new here, my name is Amy, and I am a part-time reseller on eBay, Poshmark and Depop, full-time traveling ultrasound tech, currently in Kentucky on my lunch break. I do keep a small closet of anywhere between like 250 and 300 items. So I also had a major moving stress stream last night. I was packing up my childhood home with one of my sisters who is notoriously a bad packer, and she and I were trying to pack up like the whole house and all the clothes and like cleaning out the refrigerator, and there was stuff like under beds. Like it was just a major disaster. So I think my anxiety about cleaning out my inventory, what I'm taking, what I'm gonna be sending to ThredUp, what I'm gonna take to buy sell trade store is catching up with me. I only have 3 days off until I move, which is this coming weekend, and then the following weekend is Thanksgiving weekend. I am working the Saturday after Thanksgiving, so I only have 3 days. So for my viewers, if you're interested in any items, I will of course have my stores linked below in the description, and you're interested in anything, send me a message with the item and you'll get 40% off of that item. But definitely send me a message so that I know you are a viewer, because I'd love for items to go to you guys than having me take them somewhere else. So with that being said, let's get into the sales. Beginning with November 9th, I had 4 sales, and it started off with this Chan Lu blue-orange plaid scarf shawl wrap, 59 by 54 inches, hippie boho fall, sold on Poshmark for $35, and I will make $27. This took about 2 months to sell. I got this out of a ThredUp scarf box, and I buy those because I wrap my purses in the scarves. There were 3 scarves in that box. I think it's like 25 scarves, and there were 3 in there that I sold. One was a cashmere, one was silk, and then this one, and it completely covered everything in the box. Chan Lu is a expensive scarf brand. They sell anywhere on the website from $225 to like $295. They are typically a cashmere silk blend, so keep your eye out for these. And then next up were these teaks by Gavrieli. Teaks by Gavrieli, women's leopard print leather ballet flats, exotic size US 9, sold on Poshmark for $43, and I will make $26.40, and these only took 4 days to sell, and I got these from Uptown Cheapskate. When I took in some clothes, I got some buy-in credit. These retail for $275, and I know these are a pretty popular brand because you can fold them up and they can go in your purse. So like after you've had a night out in your heels, you just pop out your little ballet flats and you can walk home in those rather than your heels after your feet hurt. So I've never tried them on. I do have another pair at home that are listed, and they are my size, so I should just try it on just to see what the hype is. Next up is this polo Ralph Lauren sweater, women's size extra large, pink cable knit wool cashmere crew neck pony, sold on Poshmark for my full price of $50, and I will make $38.64, and this sold in 1 day. And this came from the bins, and may I tell you, this took me 3 months to list. Why? Because it had one little mark like right here that I needed to try and get out. It sat like in the top of the closet where like I put items to wash, but because it is a cashmere wool blend, I couldn't just throw it in the washing machine, and it took me all of 2 seconds to get a wet washcloth and wipe that little whatever it was off the front. That's it. And then it sold in 1 day. So work on that pile, y'all. Work on the pile. And then we had this Coach black leather trifold long wallet snakeskin trim buckle snap new, sold on eBay for $23.85, and I will make $9.90, and this took about 2 months to sell, and I got this from an estate sale. And when I do say what I'm making, that is minus my cost of goods and minus the fees from the platform I sell that on. So there can be a wide range of between my sale price and what I take home based on, you know, my cost of good and those fees. Depop has no seller's fees. Like so I'm usually taking lower offers on Depop just because I overall will make more money. All right, moving on to November 10th, I had 3 sales, beginning with this Sigrid Olsen Wool Blend Green J Plaid Knit Pea Coat, size large, lined Phoebe Buffet, sold on Poshmark for only $18, and I will make $7.84, and this took 4 months to sell. I grabbed this strictly on style. I just thought it was so cute and very kind of Y2K Phoebe Buffet style. But I did list it in the middle of summer, and so by the time it sold, I was kind of willing to take any price. I don't know if I would buy something like this again, because I did buy this at the regular thrift. From the bins, absolutely. So there's that. Next up is this Garnet Hill Extra Large Gray Cashmere Turtleneck Pullover Sweater Quiet Luxury Capsule, sold on Poshmark for $29, and I will make $16.31, and this took 11 days to sell. And this required a lot of sweater shaving. I did buy this at the regular thrift, but I will always buy cashmere, and it looked beautiful after I gave it a little redo. Okay, next up is a very interesting sell. This is a Nina Luca Jilly Pink Yellow Dress Medium Large Linen Sustainable Boho Resort Hippie, sold on eBay for $66, and I will make $45.28, and this took only 12 hours to sell. This came from ThreadUp. It had a stain, and I bought one of those like fabric textile boxes. I've only bought one, and it was a disaster. Everything was kind of old, bad fabric, lots of stains. I did get a Tuckernuck shirt out of it that I sold, and then there was this dress that I decided to look up because it was linen, and it was heavy linen, like I could tell it was quality. And this dress retails for $385. So I'm like, I'm gonna try and get those stains out. I wasn't able to. I was able to I was able to get some of them out and lighten the other one, but it was probably pretty big. It was lightened. You couldn't really tell because of the fabric and the way it hangs. But this is an interesting brand. It's out of Italy, and 5 women hand make these dresses. So, of course, you know, went to their website, and it's very cute and makes me want to live in Italy. So keep your eye out for that brand. I mean, for it to sell in 12 hours, and I think I had like several watchers on it. So may never come across it again, but just know. And then November 11th, I had 2 sales, beginning with this Coach Women's Selma Black Suede Peep Toe Heels, 4 inches, size 7.5, going out, office siren, sold on Poshmark for $24, and I will make $8.94. These took about 3 months to sell and came out of a ThreadUp shoe brand box. And it's so funny because last week I mentioned these and they sold the next day. I just thought that was hysterical. You put it out there in the universe and it comes through. Next was this Rachel Parcell ruffle-tiered polka dot mini dress, new with tags, size 4, nude black party fairy, sold on eBay for $42.84, and I will make $22.87, and it took about 3 weeks to sell. November 12th, I had 4 sales, beginning with these J. Crew pink ribbon wrap statement hoop gold tone earrings, 1.75 inches, feminine, sold on Poshmark for $13, and I will make $5.08. And they took about 1 month to sell, and these came from a ThreadUp mixed jewelry box. Then we had this Lauren Ralph Lauren men's 42R silk wool sport coat blazer tan beige herringbone, sold on Depop for $22, and I will make $11.40, and took about 3 months to sell. I bought this off of Whatnot. Jamie K. Jordy corduroy overalls, size 2, brown cotton classic neutral unisex, sold on Poshmark for $13, and I will make $9.30, and these took about 1 month to sell. I got these in the bins, so they cost me like 75 cents. I don't list a lot of children's clothes just because they don't sell for very much. Sometimes I will look a brand up though if it looks like it's quality, and this is an organic brand, and these retail for $43. So I thought I would at least list them because I would get more selling them there than taking them to Once Upon a Child. But if they wouldn't have sold in a few months, I would have taken them to Once Upon a Child. And then we had this J. Crew asymmetric statement flower sunburst bib necklace, clear rhinestone, sold on eBay for $30.85, and I will make $15.76, and this took about a month to sell. This also came from ThreadUp. November 13th, I had 3 sales, beginning with this Il Basante Stufa crossbody bag, Verde olive green leather, Italy, sold on Poshmark for $157, and I will make $105.30, and took 2 weeks to sell. So if you've been watching my channel, you would have seen that I did previously sell this item on eBay, and that person returned it because they said it was fake. So I did have it authenticated before I had sold it the first time. This time I put the certificate in the listing, and I sent a copy of that certificate with the purse. So yay! I'm so glad it sold, and it only took 2 weeks to sell after getting it relisted. Then next up, we had this Polo Ralph Lauren men's navy blue red pony full zip hoodie, size large, Y2K preppy classic, sold on eBay for $28.95, and I will make $10.19, and this took about 2 months to sell. This came from an estate sale. It did have some stains on it that I didn't notice until I got it home. It was just kind of like some light stains right here. So I did obviously have to list that lower. And then this Y2K Trixie 90s black pinstripe vest corset, size medium, whimsy goth, grunge, punk, rock office siren, sold on eBay for $26.50, and I will make $15.02, and this only took 1 week to sell, and I got this out of a yard sale. I think yard sales are the best place to find genuine Y2K items because people are cleaning out their closets going, why do I still have this stuff? And you often can get it for a good price. And then on November 14th, I had 2 sales, beginning with this Vive La Fête baby girl smocked pink gingham dress, new with tags, 3 months, animals cotton, sold on eBay for $25.85, and I will make $15.76. And this took about a week to sell. And again, I got this out of the bins, and I decided to look it up because it just felt really nice, like really nice. I did go to their website, and these dresses sell for about $50. And then I probably wouldn't have tried to sell it if it wasn't new with tags, just because it's 3 months, I would have taken it into the buy sell trade store. And then we had this UGG Fuzzalicious slide slippers, black, size 7, shearling comfort lounge, sold on eBay for my full price of $45.38, and I will make $19.99. And this took about 2 months to sell and came from an American Thrift Supply UGG box. I think I bought that box 3 or 4 times, and I only have 1 pair of UGG slippers left out of that. They're like a orangish slide slipper. Actually, they're probably more of a sandal, but they're fuzzy, so you could wear them as a slipper or as a sandal. I don't know. We'll see how they do. All right, November 15th, the final day, I had 3 sales, beginning with this Coach Hampton brown signature jacquard satchel bag, shoulder tassel medicine, sold on Depop for $63.75, and I will make $32.39, and this only took 1 hour to sell. So I probably should have listed it a little higher or countered, but you know what? Take it. I'm glad it's going to someone who was probably looking for that style. And this, of course, came from ThreadUp. And then this Squishmallow Mike the St. Patrick's Day Clown, 12 inches, select series, new with tags, sold on eBay for $35.50, and I will make $21.04, and this took 5 months to sell. I bought this for only $3 at the regular Goodwill. I don't typically look through plushies or the hard goods all that often, just because I don't know very much about it, and I don't know if I would want to be an everything seller just because I think my inventory would grow too much, and obviously I travel. But I decided, I think I was walking to the books and I saw this, and I was like, oh, let me just look that up. And they were selling like really good, like new with tags. Still took 5 months to sell, so I don't know if I'd do that again, but oh well. And then my final sale of the week was this Coach Ashley pleated black leather wristlet wallet clutch purse party going out, sold on eBay for my full price of $28.73, and I won't make any money on this. In fact, minus $3.51, but it sold overnight, and this came in a ThreadUp rescue box. And this is the accessory in the 4 purse plus accessory, and I usually don't make any money on the accessory, but at least I do make some money back to help offset the rest of it. And I've never lost money on a Coach rescue box. You know, some make more than others, but I continue to get those just because I do love Coach. I've, you know, gotten to keep Coach purses out of that. I get to restore them and give them to new rightful owners who hopefully love them and get their use out of them. So that's why I continue to do those Coach boxes. Anyways, that's it for the week, y'all. Let me know how you all are doing. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider hitting like or subscribe on your way out. Bye, friends.